So on behalf of the management of the Nigerian Exchange Limited, it is my great pleasure to extend a warm welcome to you as we gather to commemorate this year's Global Money Week under the theme, Protect Your Money and Secure Your Future. I believe this theme holds particular significance, especially for young individuals like yourselves, who stand at a pivotal junction in laying the groundwork that will ultimately shape the trajectory and quality of your lives a decade from now. This event represents a significant step in our ongoing commitment to cultivating a community of financially literate future leaders who possess the knowledge and skills to make well-informed financial decisions through the array of financial literacy resources at their disposal. Our sincere hope is that the insights gathered together today will serve as a guide towards making sound financial choices to secure and strengthen your future.
There's always a market for something. So think to yourself, look at your environment, look at your neighborhood, look at your classmates and say, what is that slight issue that I can solve, that I can create a business out of? And sit down with your parents and say, Mommy, Daddy, I want to start a business. And they will sit down with you, walk it through with you, and help you in terms of budgeting and planning. And sometimes you don't even need to have your own initial costs. So some of the examples I've made. So I encourage you today, take absolute advantage of everything you are learning today. But please, more importantly, go out and be different. Act differently, think differently, be somebody different. Determine today that I am going to be a wealth creator. Determine today that I'm going to be independent. Determine today that I will begin to make a difference in my world. And that difference starts with the right attitude towards money.
If you want to start a company, and we've been told to be entrepreneurs, right? So if you want to start your company, say with 10,000 naira, what you could do is to actually split that 10,000 naira into 10 places. And so you have 1,000 naira stock of your company, 1,000 naira in 10 places. And you could come to me and tell me to invest in your company by giving me one stock for 1,000 naira. So I get a stock and I give you 1,000 naira. So if you go to 9 people, you'll get 9,000 naira. And when with your own 1,000 naira, you would have 10,000 naira. And so that's, like he explained, it gives you part of the shareholding of the company. So that's really what a stock is. Now, what do we do at CSCS? When you are holding that stock, at some point in time, you are one of the 10 people that are holding that stock. You could decide that you want to sell that stock. Maybe you need the cash. Maybe you are no more interested in that company. And so you will look for a willing buyer and say to that person, I have 1,000 naira stock of Onome and Daughters, and I want to sell. And you would look, that person would say, okay, I'll give you 1,000 naira and you'll give me the stock. So you would come to the exchange. So where the exchange is the platform where that trade is done.
You're participating directly and indirectly. For some of you, your parents might have already opened an investment account for you. And then for some of you, you're taking money away from your parents that they could potentially be investing on your behalf. So whether you like it or not, you're already participating in the capital markets. The speaker before me talked about savings and investing, and many people tend to use those two words together, but there's a very clear difference, as you have already seen. Saving is good. It's not bad at all. It's good to have a bank account, but investing is much better, okay? So we really need to be focusing on the capital markets. But I know that participation in capital markets, especially in Nigerian capital market, is actually very low. It's about 5% of the general population. And the average age prior to 2021, when MTN did the public offer, the average age of an investor in the Nigerian capital markets was actually 52 years old. So most of you in this room are very far from that age. Even I'm far from that age, if I do say so myself.
My key takeaway from the NGX program is that invest now so that by the time you need money, as in you need a lot of money, you have that small amount of money that you invested a long time ago, and you make a bigger difference than what the money you have now might do.
My key takeaway from this event today is that in order to beat inflation, which is what's happening right now, it's really important to not just save money but invest it so that it can continue to gain more value as opposed to losing value. And I also want to thank all the sponsors that helped make this happen, the Nigerian Exchange Group, and also our teachers who actually brought us here in the first place. So